Open your web browser and enter the web address in the address bar. It is very important to type the web address exactly as shown on your handout: hcde.passged.com. Be careful not to use www. In front of the web address. That will take you to another website. It is also important not to put this web address into a search site such as Google, Bing, or Yahoo. Those sites will not retrieve GED Academy for you. Once you have entered the correct web address, your page should look exactly as shown here. Now you are ready to log in. Enter your username and password in the mandatory field box. Be sure to enter your username and password in all lowercase and with no spaces between letters or numbers. When your username and password is entered correctly, click Login to begin. Now that you are logged into the program, make sure your name is on top of the page. For example, if your name is Jill, the top of your page should say Jill's Homeroom. Okay, now you are ready to meet your online instructor, Leonard. When you log in, Leonard will immediately begin explaining how to get started in the GED Academy. All you have to do is listen to his instructions as he guides you step by step. Leonard will start off by telling you about your study goals. The study goals include the 5 subjects of the GED test: math, reading, writing, science, and social studies. Here, Leonard is explaining that you must choose one subject to get started. Here, Leonard is discussing your study time tracker. This is a way to track time that you have studied per week. Keep in mind, you do not have to stick with this schedule once you get started. We have come to the end of Leonard's Getting Started instruction. Now it's your turn to complete what we just went over. Click Start to get started. Click the drop-down arrow to choose a study goal. Remember, the study goal you choose is the subject you will start with. Once your study goal is selected, click Next. Here is an example of all study goals once the drop-down arrow is clicked. The next step is to set up your study time tracker. Use the drop-down arrows to select the times you can study during the week. Remember, this is not a required step. You can always go back and create your study time later, or completely skip this step. Now that you are done with the Getting Started step, you are ready to move on. Click Start for the next section. It's now time to take a quick checkup test, also known as the pretest, which is based on the study goal you previously selected. This pretest is designed just to see what you know, so don't stress if there are any questions you cannot figure out. Leonard will create an individualized lesson plan for you based on the score you receive on this test. Once Leonard is done with this explanation of the pretest, click Start to begin. Just a reminder, you must select an answer for each question even if you do not know the correct answer. Also, once you begin the pretest, you must complete it. The pretest is the only thing in this program that does not save your progress if you have to log out. This is an example of the math pretest. Once you have solved the problem, click the correct letter to answer the question. Use the arrows at the bottom to move on to the next question. Once you have completed the entire pretest and you are ready to submit your answers, click the icon that says "I'm done, what's my score?" Here is an example of what will happen if all of your questions do not have an answer. The Oops box will appear, letting you know that you have not answered all of the questions. At this point, you can respond with "Yes, let me finish my practice test," and use the arrows to navigate through the questions and answer the ones you missed. Or you can respond with "No, I'm ready to turn in my test," and the questions with no answers will be automatically marked incorrect. So remember, take your time and answer all of the pretest questions. Yay! You have completed all of the steps in getting started. Based on the score received in the pretest, Leonard has generated lessons to help you with this study goal. All of your lessons will appear on the whiteboard that says Leonard Recommends. Here are the main boxes in your homeroom. We will begin by discussing the whiteboard Leonard Recommends. This is the box where all of your lessons will appear, based on the score you received in the pretest. All you have to do is click Start to begin a lesson. All lessons in this box will appear in the order of progress. The next box is More Learning Options. This box allows you to study what you want. The first bullet in this box says, "Let me choose my own assignments." Once you click on that bullet, all of the lessons in the subject you are studying will appear. This gives you the freedom to work on whichever concept you want. You are in control of your learning. For example, if you are in traditional face-to-face class and the teacher has assigned you to work on fractions and you have not grasped the full concept of fractions, you can come to GED Academy, select the "Let me choose my own assignments" bullet, and search for the lessons on fractions. All of the following bullets are additional learning resources. These resources are great if you are needing additional help outside of the lessons provided for you in GED Academy. However, if you decide to use these additional resources, you will be navigated away from the program and you will not receive credit for your time spent outside of the GED Academy program. The box right below Leonard Recommends is "How am I doing?" This box allows you to keep track of your grades, allows you to see your scores, and review lessons and pre-test. The last box on homeroom page is Study Time. If you have already set up a study schedule during the Getting Started step, your scheduled study times will appear here. The study time listed here simply allows Leonard to track the time spent actively working in GED Academy. If you did not previously select study times, you can always come here and do so. This box also gives you an option to enter your GED test date. If you have already scheduled a date to take your test, Leonard wants to know about it. I zoomed in on the "How am I doing" box so we can look further into it. You are able to click Scoring Details and Review for a deeper look into your pre-test. Let's take a look. From the "How am I doing" section, I selected Score Details, which allows you to see all results of your pre-test. This also includes the option to retake the test. You can also close this screen and go back to the "How am I doing" section to select the Review tab. So let's close this box and go there together. This is an example of what your screen will look like when you are reviewing your pretest. This just allows you to see which answer you missed and the ones that are correct. Just use the arrows to move through the questions. Once you are done reviewing your pretest, exit at the bottom of the screen to move on. From my homeroom page on the whiteboard, Leonard recommends that I start off with ordering numbers. Most of the lessons will be in the classroom setting with Leonard, 4 of his students, also known as avatars, and you. Yes, you are one of the students. The only difference is that you are at home, the coffee shop, or a library, joining the classroom virtually. All of the lessons will give you an introduction to the concept that you are working on. Make sure to spend time listening to the entire lesson before you start answering any questions. In this lesson, you will have the introduction, which is followed by 13 practice questions, and a second intro, which will get you prepared for the next lesson. Also available with all of the lessons in math is a basic calculator, math formulas, and a math dictionary. Feel free to use any of these as needed. Once you have worked through all of these questions in the lesson, you can then click Turn in Assignment to receive credit for completing this lesson. Now that we have covered your complete first tab of GED Academy entitled My Progress, we can now go over the remaining tabs. The next tab is Manage Study Goals. This tab allows you to switch subjects. You are able to work on more than one study goal at a time and switch between them as much as you would like. All you have to do is click Add this goal now. Whichever study goal you select will lead you into taking a pretest for that subject, and yes, Leonard will generate lessons for you. The next tab, Messages, allows you to contact us with any questions or concerns. Click Compose to create your message. Click the address book to select a recipient for your message. Once the address book is selected, a list of names will appear. Select GED Acad Distance 2014 as your recipient. Then you can proceed with your message by entering a short subject and a detailed message. When you are done typing your message, click Send to send your message. Now that we have gone through the program, you can click the last tab, Homeroom Tutorial, to get another program overview from Leonard. The Homeroom Tutorial is a great way to get a quick refresher on how to use the most important features in the GED Academy program. Homeroom Tutorial is a 3-minute video of Leonard reviewing and navigating through the program. You can view this video at any time you need it, and as often as you need it. Here you will learn how easy it is to change your study goals, review the progress bar and how it can be a great motivational tool, review your practice tests and answers, take a closer look at the study time tracker and your weekly goals, and review additional learning resources in the More Learning Options section. This is an important tab and will guide you through the most important features of the program and will ensure that you are getting the most out of your program. Here, Leonard is showing you your current study goal and a shortcut on how to change your study goal. The progress bar is a great motivational tool for you. Here, Leonard is explaining that the progress bar will continue to fill up according to how close you are to your goal. The more you work, the more your bar will grow. Next, he reviews the whiteboard filled with lessons that Leonard has recommended for you. He also explains how to use a program more effectively. In this section, Leonard explains that your next assignment will appear and how you can take more control of your learning and removing lessons. Remember, this program is here to meet your specific learning needs. Leonard now goes over the How Am I Doing box in full detail. Here is an example of a completed study time tracker. It shows the time spent studying along with your weekly study goal. Here Leonard further explains more learning options and will allow you to choose your own assignment. This is a great solution that has resources and will provide customized learning options especially for you. Here's a quick list of do's and don'ts. Do not change your account information, located under the My Account tab. This includes your username and password. Each student is assigned a unique username and password from an HCDE administrator and is used to track your attendance and study progress. Remember, the Recommended Resources section of the program is available to help you reach your goals. The extra resources are a valuable tool, but keep in mind that you will not receive clock time for working on external programs like those found in the Recommended Resources section. Most importantly, take your time. Focus on completing each lesson that is assigned to you. Complete the initial assessment. It will help Leonard to learn more about your needs and customize a program that is right for you. Keep in touch with your teacher and ask for any help anytime you need it. You can contact your teacher by emailing or by calling 713-696-1311. We have now gone through the entire program. Happy learning and welcome to your distance education class at Harris County Department of Education.